Ossie Clarke along with Paul Sanchez giving you the play-by-play story here for the Southwestern Athletic Conference basketball game between these two Titans who are just looking to keep themselves one step ahead of each other.
Yeah, it's all about thinking ahead to March right now. In the last game you saw Grambling State, they won the rebounding battle and they won the turnover margin as well. It hasn't hampered Texas Southern enough yet today, though, even though they have 9 turnovers to the 4 for Grambling, but you got to limit those on that end.
Texas Southern running the floor, but great defensive play that time by Grambling State. Lane thought about the 3. Will pull up from 8 feet, knocks it down.
Yeah, that's a great sequence by Lane. He was the one that got back in the recovery, getting that steal in transition. Found him on the left side, step back, nice 15-footer.
Has it tipped away. Guys are fighting for it. That's what you love to see from guys at this point in the season. Everything is on the line. You can see the aggressiveness in everybody's eyes. Nobody wants to go home a loser.
Well, the message has been sent with less than 1 month left in conference play. You got to solidify your spot to make sure you get out of that first round matchup. It's a lot easier to win 3 in a row than have to win 4 whenever you're in Atlanta later in March. But these guys know the importance of this game in terms of seeding, whether you want to tie it up for Texas Southern or
Oh
right
my
there. That's just
goodness.
a simple backdoor cut that we just talked about, even on the baseline out of bounds. Great play set up right there with the back screen.
Hoopstead has been absolutely phenomenal.
And the old adage, your best ability is your availability, and he has been on the court at all times. Second player in double digits in this game. Mudalib on the other side with 11. You can match him right here at the line, but this is the importance because this is a one-possession ball game compared to the times where he had 3 fouls in the first half against Grambling in the first matchup.
Got some numbers for you for both teams, Grambling State University and Texas Southern University.
Troy Homestead with a very efficient 11 on the night so far. 4 for 4 from the line, 3 for 4 from the field, hitting his only 3. And this is a team that we're used to seeing with Texas Southern not having a very high assist rate. They have one of the lowest assist-to-turnover ratios in the conference, but they already have 7 assists on the night. They're spreading the ball, and they're finding Homestead on this offensive end.
Can't ask for it to be any better if you're on the offensive side of the basketball.
And that's what happens when you're hitting shots.
Ball inside to Hoofstead. Hoofstead kicks out, 3-pointer off the window, and it's going to go back to Texas Southern. Ball goes off the hand of Coffee.
Man, that was a beautiful set right there. They did a little high-low for Homestead, feeding it down to Gorecki, getting into the corner for the open 3, but he'll get back on the Texas Southern side.
See if Grambling can play tough defense here. High screen and roll action. Offensive foul is going to be called because Hoofstead didn't set his feet.
Yeah, and that's the correct call right there. That's also on Hayes. He didn't wait for the screen to get set.
That call is that 1 second. You got to allow just that slight pause before you go. Mm-hmm. And one of the other coaching points to that is, Paul, is that if you know that screen is coming that way, put the ball in the opposite hand to help set it.
Yeah, and as a guard on this team, you need to know the importance of Homestead. You need to wait on that screen and not get him in foul trouble.
Texas Southern, and we'll back up.
And on this side right here, Homestead hasn't touched the ball for a while. I like to get into his hands.
Let's see what Homestead can do because they're using that high screen and roll action with him. He was more effective down low, like right there. Wow, and he misses point-blank range.
He doesn't miss many of those.
Grambling, moving the basketball. 3-pointer, knocks it down.
That's how basketball goes. You miss a wide-open layup on the other end. You give a corner 3 on that side.
It's just time to kind of settle and reset.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the window. Hayes gets the and 1 play.
Previous possession, he had a 3. Good look. He just went in and out. In the last game against Grambling, he had a season-high 25. Was really the bright spot in that game. 5 for 7 from 3. This time decides to get the shot up in the air, drive into the lane, get his defender up, and seeks the contact. He'll go to the line for an and 1.
That's one of the areas that the Grambling Tigers definitely have a problem with is actually with help side defense that time. And Hayes gets in there, takes the contact, plays through the contact, gets the and 1 play.
And obviously you've seen it's mainly been on the baseline. Not enough communication between the backside, whether they've been in a 2-3 or if they've been in a man. No assignments have been covered, especially in transition when they kicked it out.
In Texas Southern, Paul, what's going to be the keys for Grambling State and Texas Southern here in the second half?
Texas Southern has to limit the turnovers. 11 turnovers have turned into 17 points for Grambling State. They need to do a better job of controlling. Their offense has been really good. I've really liked the ball reversals in the offense. They keep finding the open man, and they hit 5-3, so they're hitting their open shots against a team that really covers the three-point well, and they need to keep winning the glass. They're 15-10. Anderson is getting really involved in there. It's a really all-well-out team effort on the glass, and I've loved what I've seen so far from Texas Southern on the offensive side. Just keep pushing like that, but you got to limit the turnovers. But for Grambling, keep seeking the hot hand. Mutterlib and Ballard have been combined for 26 to 39, 4 threes between them, and they need to establish Coffee. We talked about how a dynamic player Coffee is. Coffee, double-double last week against Alabama State with 24 and 10, and need established a little bit more of a low-post game, and then keep up the pace. This team is very athletic, and they can get in transition. Keep pushing the pace, and that's what's going to win you the game.
Horns action up high. Weisinger crossover dribble, got all the way to the middle of the lane, uses it, and scores.
And that's what Weisinger does. He's one of those guys on Texas Southern that can break you down. He got good position, going and driving into the lane, waiting in the lane, got his defender up, and then got the contact. We'll finish with an and one with an opportunity to tie the game.
Gorecki earlier in this basketball game had 2 monstrous dunks.
And for a guy that's only averaging 1.5 points a game, you'll take that. That's found money. And what do you do when you find money? You pick it up, you pocket it, you say thank you, and then you carry on with the rest of your day. And that's what they're doing with Gorecki right now.
Well, so far, so good. Texas Southern is saying thank you. High screen roll action.
Beautiful.
Get it back inside to the big fella. Hang on the rim. 39. Tigers have not scored in this half.
And it's been pretty suffocating defense. You got to commend it. Come out of the halftime break. The adjustments were made, focusing on the key players. And on this end, Grambling is searching for something to alleviate the bleeding.
Weisinger moving it, hip set. Dribble drive, getting in the lane. Another three-pointer for Roberts, knocks it down.
And it's that dribble drive, getting 1 foot into the lane, kick it out to Roberts. He's shot ready, and that's a knockdown.
It's really a matchup out of the 2-3 zone that's giving the Tigers a lot of problems.
You got to be aware of the cut-in lane on the baseline.
There it is right there, what you was just talking about.
Yeah, and he was seeking that out on the baseline there.
Grambling State Tigers.
And that's been impressive so far. The shooting numbers have been really good, 60% from the field. And what's really been impressive is the shooting beyond the arc. 9 of 16, 56% from the Texas Southern Tigers, shooting at a high clip tonight.
High screen roll. Great job by Grambling. Kick out. Roberts' shot was blocked just a little bit, but look at Hoofstead get the rebound and get fouled. Boy, that shot by Roberts looked like it was going to be nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, it hit everything, part of the rim, just couldn't go down. That was a great kick out. Once again, it's Weisinger making the play, having the defense come to him, and out of the double team, he's making the correct pass and right reading to the corner. And then Humstead on the offensive glass. 3 of his 4 boards have been on the glass tonight. He's rewarded with 2 free throws.
10 on the shot. Has to make a move. Kick out. 3-pointer. Ooh, just a little off. Boy.
And that's the one thing in this 2-3. You don't have your assignments on the defensive boards. Whenever you have shooters like this, those long rebounds can kill you.
Oh, my goodness. Right decision, nobody at home.
And I could see what Say was thinking right there. He has seen Lane roam that baseline. Has been a couple of times where he's been the recipient of that pass back to him right there. Unfortunate for him. It looks very embarrassing on that possession, but you could see what was going on right there.
He checked into the ball game. Young man from Alexandria, Louisiana. And just as we talked about it, knocks it down.
The immediate impact by Morty. Comes in a nice little teardropper.
That's Moti with the basketball.
Good job on him to settle it down. It's been a little erratic on the offensive end. Get something right here for your playmaker. Yes, sir.
Anderson going to the window. Going directly to the rack. Put it in.
And just the athleticism about the young man right there. Taking the body contact, using his left arm to defend. Gets the nice touch off the rim.
The little kiss. Former men's basketball coach at Grambling State University. And also coached the women's team here at Texas Southern. Go around and around and around, and she finally goes down.
Yeah, kissed every part of the rim with no intention to go on a second date right there.
I'm about to say, it's Valentine's. You're supposed to get a kiss. And if you're Say, you have to do a better job of getting your body.
Exactly.
between yourself and the defender.
Present yourself that you want the ball in that high post.
Yes. Coffee with the basketball. That foul that took place on the dunk attempt.
And you're talking about a potential 4-point play in just that one possession, just getting back within a one-possession game right here if Muddlin's able to knock these two down. And with 6 minutes left remaining, it just becomes much more tighter and much more potent for both sides to execute on both ends. Texas Southern has been having good ball movement on the offensive end. They just haven't been able to hit some of these shots, and that's why we're seeing the Grambling State Tigers come back and get into this ball game.
And if you're Texas Southern, you have to remind yourself you're still in control of this basketball game.
100%.
Grambling will have to fight for everything that they will have to fight for just to win.
100%. And you've dominated almost every minute of the second half besides the last minute and a half or two. But Grambling State having a couple of chances at the line and brought them back in this ball game.
4 points at the line area. 3-pointer on the way. Oh my goodness, backside. Lane coming out of nowhere.
And Lane has been a factor on that baseline. He's been roaming it, whether he's the one to facilitate or play make right there. He's opportunistic with his high hands and finishes it with nobody putting a body on him.
Basketball action.
It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Query came out with this timeout. With your Texas Southern, you need to locate and be able to find Muddlip, who has 26 points on the night, leading scorer on both sides. But Ja'Cory Lane has been that guy on the baseline. You have to know where he is at because of the potential on the offensive glass or his ability to facilitate as well.
Coach Query looking meticulously at the stats. Texas Southern exclusively has gone to the zone. 3-pointer from Coffee. Yes, sir.
And that's a big-time play right there. They used a little back screen on Hayes. He just got cut up in a little miscommunication right there, set up the shot for Coffee, tied it back up.
16 inside. Gorecki turns around, knocks down the 15-footer.
By far his best game of the season, and you'll take it because of the offensive production he's given you, as well as the steals he's created on the defensive end. That's a big-time shot at the free throw line.
Everybody is fighting for what they want. Oh, I don't know about that one either. That's tight right there, my friend.
Well, it's interesting to see what Grambling State was doing on that offensive side. We talk about how you have to locate Muddlib on the defensive side for Texas Southern, but nobody located Hufstead coming right in the middle of the lane.
Right down the middle.
Exactly, and he got his fortunate enough call right there. He seeked the body contact. Ward doesn't agree with that.
So good for both basketball teams. A lot of energy. This is what a tournament game is going to look like in Atlanta in March. Weisinger putting it off the glass. Oh, my goodness. Took the contact and finished.
That's the playmaker Weisinger is. I thought Hufstead should have taken him and tested his ability to see if he could guard him off the dribble, but Weisinger, easy for him.
Coffee for 3.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, he poured the water in at half, and it's been caffeinated, and he's been drinking all of it this second half. He's woken up, and now it's a tie ball game at 1:37 remaining.
I'm telling you, he's shaking like a leaf. He's got so much caffeine running through his veins right now. That's a good
play
move
by Roberts.
Yeah, break down the defense.
Ooh, I think he should have gotten up with that one.
Say is going to get called for a foul. And I totally agree. I thought that should have been a shot earlier.
And that goes back to what you were saying about Weisinger, his fine line between selfish and unselfish. We see him make plays all throughout the game today, whether it's a scoring ability or his way to facilitate within the offense. That one, he has to go up with that himself. He created a nice move to get into the lane. It was actually a really good Gortat screen by Humstead to clear out that space for him. He just wasn't expecting that pass. He couldn't finish on the first one, but Gorecki, who has been the unsung hero on the night for the Texas Southern Tigers, able to clean that up, and he has some 2 big free throws at the line right now.
Gorecki has 12 points. And what are the things that you're telling your basketball team to make sure with a minute 22 that they don't lose their composure?
Exactly, and every possession going here on out is going to matter, especially with the 2-point lead for the Texas Southern Tigers. Great job by Gorecki to hit those 2 at the line. But on this defensive end, they can get a stop, but can they box out? A little couple of possessions where they've given up second chance opportunities, where that's been leading to free throws or putbacks. That's one of the things that Coach Jones has to mention in this huddle right here. Get the stop, but then complete the stop with the box out on the end. And it's been an all-team effort. They're still leading the rebound margin, but it's been starting to creep up a little bit in Grambling State's favor as of late.
This has been a complete team effort from Texas Southern, a team that was trailing 39-36 at the half and primarily kept Grambling scoreless for a period of almost about 6 minutes if you go back to the first half of this basketball game up until about the 14-minute mark in the second half.
And if Texas Southern is able to come out with the win tonight, we will be looking back at that 6-minute stretch that extended from the end of the first half going into the first 5 minutes of the second, where they hit 6 of their 7 shots to start the second half, big-time threes. And then they were able to capitalize on the defensive end. A lot of one-and-done possessions, able to get those long rebounds, convert in transition. But then great job of Grambling State just to keep going at it. They kept chipping away. They've been able to tie it, but they haven't been able to take the lead. Right there on that last possession, they had a good chance to on that 3 by Mudalip. Couldn't get it to go down, and Gorecki goes back to the line for 2 crucial free throws.
And here's the thing. If you're the Grambling State University Tigers, you have to remember that even if there's a miss here, there's still an opportunity for you to tie the basketball game.
And you get your miss right there, so it's still going to be a one-possession game. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to shoot a 3 on the next possession right there just to get the best look that you can. And if it does generate an open look for one of your guys like Ballard or Mudlib, you will take that because you can live with that kind of shot with the way that they've been going on tonight.
82-79. And Coach Johnny Jones is coming over for the postgame.
Well, no love lost between those two on Valentine's Day. Great game between the Texas Southern Tigers and Grambling State. Really good matchup. Big win for Texas Southern, getting to 6 in SWAC play.